what does religion, meaning Christianity and Islam, say about woke culture, meaning feminism, homosexuality, LGBTQ plus rights? Is there anything we can learn from the Bible? Is there anything we can learn from the Quran? The answer is yes. And the answer is that Christianity and Islam is very clear on both matters. When it comes to feminism, it is the man that is the household leader, both in Bible and in Quran. When it comes to sodomy or practices done in Sodom and Gomorrah, meaning homosexual practices, the act is seen as a sin. I have noticed that when I speak about wokeness and anti-woke culture and so on, I see certain comments and I feel the spiritual energy that many people today are confused as to what the sort of religious law says on the subject matter. So I wanted to make this video clarifying it for everyone so there is no doubt. Now, I don't have anything against LGBTQ community. I don't have anything against feminism. I think that every human being should be respected, and I reference the UN Declaration on Human Rights, first and second article. However, what the religious texts say and what religion has taught for thousands of years in these two particular subject matters, which is called woke today. Racism is a separate point that has nothing to do with religion, is very clear. Therefore, going through Bible and Quran can help many young people who might be ambiguous on this subject matter to understand where 2.2 billion Christians and 1.9 billion Muslims in varying degree come from and why they might be critical to woke culture. From Hadith, whoever you find doing as the people of Lot did, homosexuality, kill the one who does it and the one to whom it is done. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's pretty harsh words. If a man lies with a man as with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood is upon them. Bible, King James Version, Leviticus 20:13. Also pretty harsh words. Now as for the Quran, the people of Lot also rejected the warnings we unleashed upon them a storm of stones. And for the believers of Lot's family, we delivered them before dawn as a blessing from us. This is how we reward whoever gives thanks. He has already warned them of our crushing blow, but they disputed the warnings, and they even demanded his angels rest from him, so we blinded their eyes, and they were told, taste my punishment and warnings. And indeed, by the early warning, they were overwhelmed by an unrelenting torment. Again, they were told, taste now my punishment and warnings. Quran chapter 54, verses 33 to 39. The language on sodomy, as it was called in old times, or homosexual act, is very harsh in Bible and in Quran. So therefore, the opinion for Christians and Muslims can vary all the way from mercy and forgiveness to harsher versions of Sharia, you can say, or biblical traditional law. Now this is the reason why many Christians and Muslims, for example on the right wing, Christians in America, or traditionalist Muslims, traditionalist Sufi Muslims, might have these kinds of criticisms. Like for example in Touba, Senegal, they are protesting against LGBTQ in the holy city close to the masjid. Now, religion should not be forced upon anyone, in my opinion. The Quran says, La ikraha fi dini, there is no force upon religion. But I feel that it's not fair for the LGBTQ community or people who advocate for that community to force their values on religious people while demanding that religious people don't force their values to them. If Muslims and Christians are not to force their religious views on the LGBTQ community, that's fair, I can accept that, but I would then also want the same courtesy in return that the LGBTQ or proponents of that community, because it's not always the LGBTQ community who does it, proponents of those ideologies does not also force it upon Muslims or Christians to rewrite the Bible or rewrite the Quran or start arguing that somehow the Quran meant that it is permissible or the Bible meant that it is permissible, when the verses clearly say that it is a sin, and it has been interpreted like that for 1,000 to 2,000 years consistently across the world. So the law is very clear, This does not mean that homosexuals should be oppressed. They should not. They should have the right to be who they are, and they should be treated with respect like all human beings should, in accordance with human rights. But this idea of forcing values upon other people, or forcing people to believe something, the only thing that can be accomplished is that Muslims keep silent on what they really feel, that Sufis keep silent on what they really feel, that Christians keep silent for what they really feel. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. Timothy 2:12 in the Bible. Furthermore, the Bible, but I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God. Corinthians 11:3. Going to the Quran, men are caretakers of women as men have been provisioned by Allah over women and tasked with supporting them financially. And righteous women are devotedly obedient and when alone, protective of what Allah has entrusted them with. Quran chapter 4 verses 34. Now the role of the man and the woman in the household is very clear. Now if feminists wants to challenge that and have other types of roles, that is up to them. I don't challenge or force my views upon anyone, but I would again, just like with the other example on Sodom and Gomorrah, ask for the same return. If religious families want to have traditional gender roles, be they Christian, be they Muslims, I think they all should be free to practice the Bible as they see, understand, and practice the Quran as they see and understand the Quran. And this issue is not also to be relativized and say, okay, but Sigmund Freud said so, or a certain philosopher said so. Why is the Bible to be prioritized over a philosopher? Why should the Quran be prioritized over a philosopher? Because we are talking religion. Religion is more holy to people. It is more sacred. It is more important. And it has been for a longer time than these philosophies that can come and go with time. And religious freedom is also a human right. Remember that religious freedom, the freedom to practice your religion, is also a human right.